Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube channel. Good morning. Hope you are all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or on the internet. In this episode of Sunday Reflection segment, we present the homily for the 31st Sunday of the year, based on the liturgical readings of the year cycle. The readings of the 31st Sunday of the year dwell on the theme, being servant leaders. In Greek mythology, we find the story of a handsome young man and proud hunter named Narcissus. He was the son of the river god Cephissus and nymph Leroy. Narcissus, though very handsome, was arrogant and had a disregard for those who loved him. His conduct offended Nemesis, the goddess who punished evil deeds, overweening pride and undeserved good fortune. To punish Narcissus for his arrogance, pride, and scornful attitude towards others, goddess Nemesis brought Narcissus to a clear pool, made him see his own beauty and fall in love with his image and reflection he saw in the pool. Narcissus' obsession with his image he saw in the pool made him neither eat nor drink or do anything else. This madness made him finally die. The English words narcissism and narcissist derive from the name of this handsome young man called Narcissus of Greek mythology. The readings and the liturgy of the 31st Sunday of the year warn us against the acquired situational narcissism, which makes a person proud, arrogant, self-centered, and disrespectful of others. As Christian leaders, we are invited to let go our narcissistic mindset. Live a life of humble, selfless, diligent, committed, and loving service of others in the community without expecting honors and rewards. The first reading, taken from the book of prophet Malachi, speaks of the historical situation of the Jews living in the former kingdom of Judah around 450 BC. People of Judah had already returned from Babylonian exile, settled down in their homeland, and built their temple. God has blessed the returned exiles. People were wealthy and their life was prosperous. However, their affluence had made them, particularly the priests, to forget their God. The priests who were expected to lead people in the right path misled the people by their arrogant perception of themselves, their unexemplary lifestyle, their indifference to ritual practices, and their faltered instructions. Prophet Malachi condemns these irresponsible, proud, and lazy priests of his time. He calls them not to get lost in themselves, but to be humble servants of the people whom they are called to serve by their vocation as priests. The second reading is taken from St. Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians. In this passage, St. Paul, writing in the context of itinerant teachers of religions of his time, having a reputation of avarice and pride, presents himself as an ideal example of a servant leader and teacher. He tells them how one must serve others in a Christian community as he had done. St. Paul reminds them that when he was among them, how careful he was not to burden them with his needs, but worked for his living. Instead, he took every trouble on himself to communicate the love of Jesus for them through his loving care for them. Hence, he invites the Thessalonian Christians to imitate his example in the manner they serve each other in their Christian community. In the Gospel of St. Matthew, Jesus condemns his contemporary religious leaders who are more concerned about self-promotion than service to others. Jesus condemns them for three sinful attitudes and actions stem from them. Firstly, they do not practice what they preach. The sin of lack of integrity in their life. It makes them use a double standard, one for themselves and another for others. Secondly, they overburden ordinary people. The sin of excessive and unwanted zeal for the laws of God. It makes them impose laws as burden on people rather than present laws as a guide to their spiritual and religious life. Thirdly, they do all their deeds to be seen by others. The sin of hypocrisy. It makes them seek not God and others, but themselves in every good work they do. Finally, Jesus concludes his instruction by saying, "The greatest among you must be your servant. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, but whoever humbles himself will be exalted." Thus, calling every Christian to be at the service of his neighbor and not get lost in the sinful attitude of situational narcissism. On this 31st Sunday of the year, the readings and the liturgy invite us, firstly, to become servant leaders who serve others rather than seek themselves. The church is a servant community in which the hungry are to be filled, the ignorant are to be taught, the homeless to receive shelter, the sick to be cared for, the distressed consoled, and the oppressed set free. To live out the above Christian ideal in our daily life, we must imitate the spirit of humility that guided Prophet Malachi, St. Paul, and Jesus. We must seek God and others in every good deed we do, thereby become humble servants of the Lord in our families, in our workplaces, in the life of those we meet every day, and in the community at large. Secondly, the liturgy today calls us to live the faith we profess. We can do this by not judging the poor, but assisting them in little ways we can. By not being discriminative towards people different from us, but valuing the good God has placed in them. By not building dividing walls among us, but recognizing that we all are equal as God's children and being magnanimous in dealing with others. By not pointing the fingers at others in criticism, but being ready for self-criticism. By letting go our arrogant and narcissistic mindset and embracing the spirit of humility and love in our service of others. By not seeking honors and titles, but working for the genuine good of others. Finally, the liturgy today calls us to become integral and honest leaders in imitation of Jesus. Christ-like leadership calls for integrity and honesty from all of us in authority, whether priests, parents, teachers, or any other professionals. There should be no double standards. Rather, we must be guided by a deep sense of equality and mutual respect between we as leaders and those we guide. We must seek to serve those entrusted to our care and not seek our status as leaders. As we enter the new week, gathering as a worshipping community, let us ask the Lord the grace to become integral and honest leaders in imitation of Jesus. By letting go our arrogant and narcissistic mindset, by seeking others and God rather than ourselves, and by living the faith we profess. Amen. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.